Gary Parrish here with Purdue All-American candidate Trey Kaufman-Ren. Trey, I don't know that it's too often that a basketball program has two guys on the roster at the same time, either of whom could end up being the National Player of the Year, but everybody agrees that's the case at Purdue right now because of you and your teammate Braden Smith. How excited are you getting ready for what many people think could theoretically be the best season in Purdue basketball history?
I'm incredibly excited. I remember Sasha telling me when I redshirted my first year that you have to make your senior year the best year, and to figure out what we have going for us this year, all the great pieces, all the great personalities. I'm excited to do it this year.
I was talking to Coach Painter earlier. He acknowledges freely, yes, I have a team that's good enough to win the national championship. I have a team that is perhaps, on paper, capable of being the best team that I've ever coached. And as you know, he has coached a team that's played in a national championship game. How much does it help that you're not just sprinkling transfers here and there and trying to, learn everybody over one off season, that there's constants in the program, like you, like Braden, like Fletcher, that have allowed some continuity from year to year to be in play here?
Yeah, it's continuity of culture.
Yeah.
I think, Coach Payne's done a great job of being honest with every player he's recruited, and that's led to people staying. And, what that allows us to do, obviously, is really learn the system, learn the ins and outs of it, and allow us to perform best when we get on the floor. And so I think that's a big competitive advantage we have versus every team we play.
Over at CBSSports.com over the past few weeks, we've done a series we call the Candid Coaches series, where me and my colleague Matt Norlander ask more than 100 college coaches a variety of questions, and we grant them anonymity in exchange for honesty, and then we publish the results. One of the questions we asked this offseason was, if you had a son and he was getting ready to go play Division I basketball, who would you want him to play for? And the leading vote getter was Matt Painter, your coach. What makes Matt Painter the type of coach that other college coaches say they would like their son to play for him?
I can't speak for everybody, but for me, it was just the combination of his honesty as a coach, him telling me what I needed to work on and what I needed to do to get us to the next level. But also just his basketball knowledge. He's the smartest basketball coach that I've been with. And so as a student of the game myself, I just wanted to learn from the best and the most knowledgeable. And so, being around that, day to day really helps.
Coach has also told us that they believe Matt Painter, is the best X's and O's coach in the country. So you're getting elite instruction from your head coach, and then you also happen to play with somebody who has been labeled the best point guard in the country, that is Braden Smith, who has a chance to become the NCAA's all-time assist leader by the time his college career is done. What makes Braden a special point guard?
I think it allows everybody to do their job to the best of their ability. He just puts, him and Coach Payne do a great job of putting everybody in the right place to be effective. And whether it's making plays offensively, defensively, he just impacts the game more than any player. I've played with Zach, I've played with a lot of great players, but as far as the pace of the game, the impact that they make on their team, he's number one as far as just total winning impact.
You guys have added some newcomers to help complement the roster. Oscar Clough from South Dakota State, and then Omer Meyer, an Israeli guard. What have you seen since they've been on campus in the gym with you?
The biggest thing is just, again, that, when you can return a lot of guys, you do have that continuity. But when you bring in guys, you never know how they'll fit in, right, with what we already had. We already had something special. we lost by 2 points to a team that made the national championship game. Right. And so we could compete with the best last year. And so when you get new players, on paper it looks good, but when you go into practice, you want to see how they're actually going to play. And everybody that we've gotten, whether it's the freshmen that have come in, or some of the older guys that have came in, they've done a great job of knowing their roles and just trying to learn from what we're doing here.
Obviously, Michigan State won a national championship in 2000. That is the last time a Big Ten school was able to hold the trophy at the end of the season. How much do you guys talk about that? I talked to Coach Painter earlier. He said, I want to talk to my team about the national championship. I want to talk to them about the Final Four. I don't think I did it enough last season. I want this on their radars. Is this something that you guys talk about with each other?
Yeah, every day,
Right.
every day before practice, after practice. When we're stacking it up, when we're breaking down, I try to ask myself, we try to ask ourselves, what did we do today, and did we give ourselves, did we give our best effort to try to win a national championship? And so when you approach every single day like that, you're hoping, that at the end of the year it comes true.
Hey, congrats on everything. I appreciate your time.
Yep, thank you.
May, touchdown! TJ Watt got him! What a play! Give me fuel, give me fire, give me double time!
Gary Parrish here with Purdue All-American Braden Smith, who is now the favorite in many corners of the world to be the Wooden Award winner, the Naismith Award winner, to be the National Player of the Year, which means in a span of a few years, you've gone from a mostly unheralded, borderline top 200 recruit to this. How did this happen?
Yeah, I think I've been put in a great spot, choosing Purdue, the people around me at Purdue, and just everybody that has wanted it for me along with myself. I think I've, like I said, just been really lucky to be around such a great group of dudes and a great coaching staff to help me get to the point to where I'm at.
When did you realize that this type of stuff was possible? Because I've talked to Matt about you before. He said, I didn't get caught up in the recruiting rankings. I knew what I was watching. I knew what was there. But typically somebody ranked where you're ranked coming out of high school is not supposed to go on and do things like this. When did it start to become a reality for you?
Yeah, I was always a hard worker and always just wanted it to be like me in every way possible because I worked so hard and I was willing to compete at the highest level, and that's just how I was. When people doubted me, when people said something, and I used that as fuel to be able to go out and compete and to put myself out there in any way I can just to win. So I think that's just been the biggest thing, is just willing to compete and use that as fuel to get to where I'm at.
You have had an incredible career to date, one that has put you in a position to maybe go down in the record books, to become the NCAA's Division I men's basketball all-time assist leader. That is a record that's been held by former Duke star Bobby Hurley for a long time. How much does that matter to you? Is that something that you have definitely set your sights on?
Yeah, I think it really hasn't kicked in yet. Obviously, to me, I see it as I'm just doing my job. That's what I'm supposed to do. It's the expectation to be able to do something like that, because as a point guard, my job's supposed to get everybody the ball on the floor in a place to be perfect and be successful in. So to me, I just see it as it's just me doing my job, and obviously I hope to get to that point. But if I don't, I still know I did my job to the best of my ability.
Have you ever had a chance to meet Bobby Hurley or have a conversation with him?
I have not.
No.
I have not. No.
Well, you stay on track. I bet you somebody's going to connect you to at some point. I've talked to your head coach. I've talked to your teammate, Trey Kaufman-Ren. Obviously, expectations are really, really high for this season, not just for you, but for your team. You're going to be in many people's preseason number one. You've been right there. You've played in a national championship game. How important is it to you to try to take this thing and get Purdue a national championship?
Yeah, I think that's the reason why I came back, is because I wanted to be on that team to do so, and we got a great group to be able to accomplish something like that. And obviously we fell short, and obviously we've had plenty of attempts to get to that point. Last year was heartbreak and all that stuff, but I think at the end of the day, that's the main reason I came back, because the coaching staff and the players that we have here.
I don't think anybody ever really seriously considered that you would enter the transfer portal because you've set your feet so solidly at Purdue, but I also understand that there were opportunities for you to leave if you wanted to. How seriously did you consider anything, or was it always just a non-starter? You're going to finish your career as a Boilermaker.
Yeah, I'm going to finish my career as a Boilermaker. It's always been it. And I know there's a lot of things that are thrown at me and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, I chose Purdue, and they're the team that gave me the chance to become who I am now. So that's how I see it.
What does it say about the program that Coach Painter is running that, even he will tell you, yeah, we've lost transfers, but we don't lose our starters too much. he really seems to create a culture where player retention is prioritized and people aren't necessarily looking to get out of there. What specifically does he do to create that place?
Yeah, I think just how he is as a person. Like, he cares about you off the floor. Like, he's always asking how you're doing, how's everything going, talking about baseball, talking about other stuff, just a normal conversation, not just being your coach. And then on the floor, like, he's willing to listen to you, like as if you were an assistant coach trying to tell him what to do. Like, if we see something on the floor that's not working or not going on, he draws up that play, we'll be like, well, hey, like, they're sitting whatever low here, it's not going to work. He'll switch it. Like, he listens to us. Yeah. So, like, and he gives trust and he's honest. I mean, I think those are the biggest things that you want. And a lot of people, say stuff and they don't always follow through, but everything Paint has said, and you hear it from everybody that go to Purdue. Like he follows through with what he says. So,
I was telling Trey, your teammate, earlier, we do this Candid Coaches series at CBSSports.com, and coaches told us that if they had a son and they were going to send their son off to play college basketball, they would want him to play for Matt Painter. You are somebody who's experiencing that right now. Does that surprise you that coaches think that highly of him, or no, that makes sense to you?
Not at all. I mean, I think that truly shows that what we say as the players about him, what other people say about him, is true. And I think that's a big reason of why he is the way he is and why the program why the program is the way it is.
So obviously player retention important, but you do still need to get into the transfer portal. Or into the high school ranks to fill out a roster each year. And you guys have brought in some interesting new pieces. One of them is a guard from Israel named Omer Meyer. I know you've been in the gym with him some. How comfortable are you guys playing together? Because the expectations are we're going to see a lot of that.
Yeah, no, I mean, we're definitely figuring it out.
Right.
It's a little different playing with another guard that's able to create and score similar to how I am. But, I mean, at the end of the day, we both came here for a certain reason. Like, I've been here because I want to win and the system, and that's why he's here as well, because he understands that and he understands what's already here and how he can fit on this team. So I'm just excited and just ready to play some games.
Last thing before I get you out of here, I asked your teammate Trey Kaufman-Ren about you. I want to ask you about him. This is an interesting roster in the sense that you've got maybe the best returning guard in the country on it and maybe the best returning front court player in the country on it. What makes playing with him easy?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think he's just so he's passionate about the game. I mean, he cares. He wants to win. He works hard, and I think those are a lot of things that you want for a teammate. Like being able to have somebody that you can trust at all times. Like, I feel like I can throw it to him anywhere, and he'll go make a play. And I believe he thinks the same for me, and I think that's kind of why we play so well together, because, one, we understand that, and two, we both want to win at a very high level. So it makes our jobs really easy.
Hey, congrats on everything, man. I appreciate your time. It's been fun watching you develop and achieve all this success.
Thank you.
All right.